up, y'all? I'm Digital Soul.
Hey, it's your boy Big Rube.
And we are the Purple Brothas. One thing we know, man, Prince has some amazing singles. These are the obvious. The things that we still hear to this day on radio, the big hits off the albums, Kiss, When Doves Cry, things of that nature. So we gonna go for the good on this one. We're gonna discuss each of our individual top five, and of course, we always let our guests have the first stab at dropping our first five here. So Jay, go on and hit us with what you got, my brother.
You got
Oh man, woo, Lord. One of them is She's Always in My Hair. I got introduced that by the Raspberry Beret album B-side. And man, especially the ending. I love guitars.
Yeah.
He rocks out towards the end and the drum. Yeah, it's magic. You Got the Look.
Okay.
Is one of them.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah.
It showed me a rawness of Sheena Easton. Man, I was just like, wow. I was just like, how did he get her to do this song? You know? Because she was still in the pop world, you know, to step into the Prince world. But they did work with each other, but he was under an alias.
Right.
Alexander Nevermind when they did Sugar Wash. So that was one of my singles. And the next one would be, oh man, I hate to say this, When Doves Cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the album version, I get mad at that video. I used to get mad at the video. They cut it off and
before the split screen.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to hear no 45 version. I want the whole. Yeah, I want to hear all that. I want to hear all that. Yeah.
Yeah, that When Doves Cry is still like, when it comes on the radio, still to this day, it's something that is like ahead of its time. Still to this day, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, especially that part. That used to scare me too when I was young. I was like, oh, what is this going on in there? And then the other one would be, oh Lord, y'all gonna hate me for this one. I like Black Sweat.
Okay. Black Sweat.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it was one of those songs like, man, this is dope. Like he was trying to fit in the now and then. It's like he's trying to fit like the currency of the music right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that's like one of my, man, it's just someone I hear that song and I'll be like, oh, this is dope. Like, oh, okay. The video.
Yeah. It had been a long time before. Yeah. It had been a long time before Black Sweat that he had even made a song that even sounded like that. Like you said, they had a little bit of this old feel from the 80s, but it was like some futuristic type funk in there, like kind of combined. But yeah, he hadn't made a funky song like that in a long time. So yeah, that song is still bad.
Right.
And then the last one, I would say, Sign of the Times.
Sign of the Times, okay.
Man, when I first heard that song on the radio, I was in the car with my dad. This is the first time they debuted on the radio. I sat in the car with my dad. And he was like, shh. And he turned it up. And I was like, he said, he talking about the world. I was like, because it was like a message in it, but it was like, doom, doom, doom. I mean, it was funky, but it was like around that time where music it was just like with the drum machines and his instrumentation, live instrumentation with it, it just fit in a blend with it because, like I said, Prince was ahead of his time. And for him to hit a song where you talking about what's going on in the times, and we was living in them times, and people, but he used a lot of subliminal, you know. But you could picture it. I said, "Little man died with a disease with a little name," but they didn't say what it was, so you knew off what he said. And I mean, Oh, man, that song, it gives me chills.
So dope.
Because it was just
So
like
dope.
Prince was one of them people. And I think that's why he didn't want to deal with the label with it, because labels don't like to deal with social politics.
Yeah.
They don't, unless you're an independent artist, especially if you're working with a major label. And I think that's why Prince was really fighting with Warner with that,
Right.
because they didn't want Prince. They didn't want Prince to come out conscious.
Mhm.
They want to come nasty
And I always say this about that song, man. Like, what an unusual song to open an album with. Like, who does that? I think the only other person I can think of that opened an album very strange, but it was successfully done, was Stevie Wonder when he did not Loves and Need Love Today, but Loves and Need Love Today. That song, it opens the song
Yeah,
in the key of life. That's like another perfect example of opening a song with almost like a love song or a somber song. Like, who really does that? Who kicks the album off like that? But it's done
right.
successfully. It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you still got one more, man. I know you said Condition of the Heart, which wasn't a single, but you owe us one more.
Oh, one more. I would say Get Off.
Okay. Yeah.
Get Off. Yeah, I was introduced to that in high school,
Okay.
and me trying to find out what direction he was going with this one, and I was like, I heard it on the radio, and it was like doom doom doom, and it had that what's that sample? That LL Cool J booming system sample.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that Invo actually hold on from it.
Mhm.
So so it had that kind of sample where I was like, what is Prince going with this? And I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And then when he dropped on remixes,
Mhm.
spotted the Oregon Grinder and Gangsta
Clocking the
Glam and
Jizz.
Clocking the Jizz. Man. And he was just like, he just captivated me with that, because like I said, he comes out different than with the cover. I couldn't even get I'm serious, I couldn't even get the single. Couldn't go in the record store and get the single.
Right.
So I had to ask my brother, hey, can you go give me that Prince? I want the maxi single.
Mhm.
And he brought me the maxi single, came back with the maxi single. And then like years went by, I went online trying to look for the single. And then when the day I bought the single, then guess what? Y'all gonna laugh at this. The week after that, the actual single dropped digitally. And I was hot.
My top 5 is, I'm gonna go chronologically with mine, and all of them that I pick is just because they're just so damn funky and I love them. That's it. So I'm starting off 1979, the second, the Prince self-titled record, and it's I Want to Be Your Lover. All right. You can put that sucker on 2020 and it's still bump. I'm still listening to the whole thing. Like, yeah, the whole version. The whole version.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
The whole version. So that's number 5 for me. Number 4, we're gonna go down a little bit to 1982, 1999 record, and it's Let's Pretend We Married.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh.
I just love when it comes on.
I did a dance routine at school off that song.
Did you? You
Yes.
got it on video still?
No.
Oh man, you lucky.
It was a lot of high.
I'll be thankful for that.
It was like a lot of Fosse dancing and kicking, high kick and spin.
Oh no. I gotta see the video.
Oh yeah.
I hope if I get famous, I hope nobody will pull that out. Cause I'm gonna cry and be like, oh no.
Somebody can get you, bro. You better.
That was my dancer days. I still can dance, so it was my dancer days. So
Yeah.
Good pick.
Oh, I appreciate it.
We
Man.
guys have something in common with Let's Pretend We're Married.
Okay, since we got from Let's Pretend We Married, I'm gonna go up a little bit to 1985, Around the World in a Day. soon as it comes on. He played it on the 2011 Welcome to America tour when I was there, and that's Pop Life. And I like the long version of Pop Life.
The 9-minute version.
The 9
Yeah.
minute.
Yes.
The piano.
The piano
version.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then when he tried to do a little reggae chant, anybody need satisfaction?
Right.
Yeah.
The chemical reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that version
Pop,
trumped all, even the Fresh Dance remix, man. Just that plain
pop.
unmixed 9-minute version is everything, man.
Yeah. Totally.
And with that little lullaby they sing,
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. It's one of the funky records, and it's right in that era that I love. And then the next record's right in that era, 1986 though, from Parade, and it don't get a lot of love. It's Another Lover Holding Your Head, the long version.
You gonna have me pull out my albums this weekend.
You need another lover, like you need a whole.
Look on the head.
Put on the rock. Girl, see ya.
Oh my goodness.
That's the funky. I mean, the bass line on that thing is just crazy, man. I just love it. I play. It's when I go to listening to his songs, I go to that probably first, and then whatever else I get going right into Sign of the Times. But forever cemented in my heart as one of his best, in my opinion. And then we're gonna mosey on down for my final one. We're gonna go to 1991, Diamonds and Pearls, and it's Money Don't Matter Tonight.
Oh yeah. Man, that brings back so many memories.
But I love it. I love the message. I love the singing. I love the chord. I mean, everything about it is just shout out to Diamonds and Pearls. Yeah, that song right there. And then Spike Lee directed the video with just so many elements. You know what I mean? And I'm a Spike.
He did two. Yeah, he did two versions of that video.
Yeah, he did two versions.
Of it. And yeah, it was really cool back in that era, and then I like, and it was some other things that I liked about the video as well. The people that was in it was in this young cat at the time, Matty Rich had a movie. I think it was Straight Out of Brooklyn, and his dad was in that Straight Out of Brooklyn. So yeah, man. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. The top 5 favorite singles, y'all. So. Let's get it.
Yes.
Well, you guys have said everything that I've liked, so it's time for me to go.
I know yours is different.
You know it's probably hard. It's probably way different.
No, the odd thing is I liked both of you guys' choices, but Rube, somehow, we've got almost a very, very similar list. Very similar. So yeah, it's pretty close.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. First choice for me, man, being just like you said, 1979, the self-titled album, man, and I Want to Be Your Lover. That mug right there, man. I don't know what it is. Like Rube said, man, even playing it today, like it's just a cold song, and just I want to be the only one you come for. Like, yeah, what man don't want to tell a woman that? You know what I'm
saying? Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, that and as Rube said, man, not that 45 2.5-minute version, man. It got to be that 5+ minute version, man. Because
7 minutes long, I believe.
With the
yeah, that whole last half of that song is what I look forward to. I mean, the lyrics and all that is good, but that groove, that last 4 minutes or whatever, yeah.
We're going and that instrument.
So for me, man, that was my introduction, and that still stays with me very closely. The first 45 I own, the first album I owned, even before Soft and Wet, man. It was that song and that record that I really first knew of Prince and gravitated towards him, had it. And even to today, that song takes me back to that time. So yeah, that song hands down is still a beast to me, man.
Man.
Yeah. And second choice, man, is also Another Lover, Hole in Your Head.
Oh. Man.
Yeah, that's all, man.
Boy, you got good taste, rude boy. Good taste.
Yeah, yeah. Well, good stuff, man. I listen to every team, man. Every team, you know. I knew the man said another lover need a hole in your head. You know, he told me the same thing. He said, "You need another lover. I need another lover."
No.
But that song, man, to me, man, that's the last great revolution funk song, man.
Yeah.
For me, man, it's
man,
just like,
y'all, I'm telling you, y'all gonna have me dig that out because I still have the 12-inch.
Yeah, and the 12-inch is a must, man. Yeah, the album version is cool.
But the 12-inch.
That 12-inch version is what it is.
Yeah, because even the drums on the 12-inch is a lot more harder. The piano break in the middle of the song, going into the whole breakdown at the end, it's epic. So yeah, still to this day, man.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's my second choice, man. And then my third choice, man, is Controversy.
You love Controversy.
I love Controversy, man.
Man, I like the album version.
Gotta have the album version, man. Gotta have the album.
I pledge allegiance.
Yes.
Man.
Oh, the Lord's Prayer. Which one? The Lord's Prayer. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy at that time.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
Yeah, Ruben, he always makes fun of me, man, because I bring that song up quite a bit. That song ranks very, very high for me. And every time.
But that video was crazy too.
Oh, great video! I love it. I love the video, man.
I've never seen a man with thigh highs and heels in a trench coat. I was like, what's really going on with this?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it was a perfect fit, man, because Prince in the beginning, it was, a lot of guitar-driven stuff going on in the first few albums, but with Controversy, 1981, man, you look at those albums like Arcade, Night Cruising, and The Time Out. Street Songs was out that year, and Cameos, Nights of the Sound Table was out that year. So all those groups in 81, man, had this sound, and Controversy comes right in, and it falls right into it, like with that groove, and just insane. Like it was a perfect time, perfect era, perfect song for the time. And then also going into, the questions of questioning yourself. Who am I? What am I? What do you believe in? Do you believe in me? Do you believe in God? So it had all these messages, which was pretty early in his career, and still relevant. So I still think it's a very important song to this day.
Hey man, shout out to Rick James Street Songs. That album is
Love Me,
fire.
Love Me.
And bruh, that song, that whole album is fire, bro. Well, that's another. We talk about that.
Yeah,
oh my God,
absolutely.
Man, that'd be a whole conversation about that album because I could go into deep depth with that album by reading that book.
Yeah.
Man, y'all just started something.
Keep going, John. Keep going.
All right.
Yeah, please. Woo.
So fourth pick, man, is actually also another good one that Big Rube picked, man, and one of my favorites off this particular album that I always gravitate towards too is Pop Life. Another great jam. Man, as we mentioned earlier, the 9-minute version. Me, man, it's just the sound, the mix of the song, man, the way his voice is panned from speaker to speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a crazy mix, man. The sound of the drums, man, it just has that snare drum, that pop on that drum, and that bass. Man, yeah, it's just like a slowed down funk groove, and that piano just flowing so effortlessly throughout the song, man. It's just incredible, still to this day.
Yes.
Man, y'all gonna have me listen to that song again.
I got another good one for you, which is my fifth and final pick, man. Now, neither one of you guys said this one, but this is actually the favorite of mine, and it's later in his career from 1995. I Hate You was one of my favorite singles.
Oh my God.
That's, yeah.
Did you do it like this?
That song is kind of
Your
special
Honor.
because I actually went to see him at Glam Slam in 1995, and the album and that song hadn't came out, so he actually previewed the song that night when I was there. Yeah, so it was the first time. I think the song came out like 3 months later or something like that. But when I was there, he was showing all the images of the Exodus album because at that point he was tour with the mask. So so he was on that tip when he was there that night. So all the images from Exodus, the MPG album, were on the screen and on the wall. And he came out and he previewed that song. And then I was working at a disclosed department store at the time. And when I was working there that day, 3 months down the line, the song came on the radio. And I heard it. And I completely stopped working. I went over to the auto, what do you call it, the electronics department. I turned the radio up.
Oh, wow.
And I just kind of pretended like I was working just so I could hear the song. I was like, man, that's that song. So that to me has a special meaning to me. And then still, man, when I hear the song, oh man, the music, the Michael Bland's drumming, Morris Hayes, playing that organ, Tommy Barbarella on the organ. I mean, that band was just a tight band, but that song is classic. And the story is the song is initially about Carmen Electra, which is what I'm told. But we won't tell that story another time.
Oh, allegedly.
Well, she actually confirms it. She actually does.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She does confirm that the song was about her, that he actually pulled her into the studio after it was done and had her listen to it. And that basically was their goodbye, basically. At that point.
Oh.
That was if that song kind of just put the nail in the coffin. Yeah.
Song for you. Come
here. How you feel about the when they did for the Versace Experience? How you like that version?
It was okay. I didn't really care for the Versace Experience songs too much. A lot of them was rehashed, but I like the album version better off the Golden.
That was actually from a tape. I just found out it was actually from a cassette tape.
Right.
That when he did a fashion show for Versace, and they gave him in gift bags, because somebody had posted up the gift bag. I was like, damn, I wish I had that gift bag. It had like all this print stuff in it, and it was like promotion for the Gold Experience.
Right.
Yeah, so he did like a repertoire of that one, but he made it into the fashion show. Actually, they had the fashion show on YouTube. Yeah, but YouTube had it on.
It's on YouTube.
I don't know if it's on there anymore. Okay. That whole. If you listen to the cassette or whatever the CD, because I have the vinyl and the CD actually for it. Wow. And so when you listen to it, it's like it goes into the fashion show. That he's performing, he has the Versace shirt on, Maite doing her thing, and the band got on Versace, has his hat, Versace. They was all Versace. They were Versace out.
Yeah, good times, good memories, man. That was a great era for me personally. I like that era a lot.
But I haven't heard that album in years.
Yeah, great album. One of his better albums in the 90s, I think, personally, man.
Probably the best one in the 90s, to be honest.
Oh,
that's debatable among different people, you know.
Some songs I liked. I like Billy Jack Bitch. That was one of my favorite songs. And I remember when he debuted that.
Yeah.
On the American Music Award.
Oh. He came up off the ground.
Yeah.
And they had him holding on upside down. And then he came out the cake and he started doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Good stuff, man.
Whew, good era Prince. 90s.
No doubt. But yeah, that basically sums up my top 5.